Hey peeps, it's Elliot's Essentials, or EE for short. Today I wanted to share a deleted page from an old written project titled Forgotten Beginnings. It was fun looking at the page because each paragraph was a different color. Forgot I did that. Pretty sure that was because it was for writing practice, so just writing for the sake of it and making sure I hit the word count. So I differentiated it by doing different colors. So like first one is like bright pink and then it goes red, then orange, and I was like, what odd is that? Uh, yep, it also has its own title, so Written in the Stars. Don't really know why I titled it that one, because I'm pretty sure that was meant for a different project, but oh. Anyway, without further ado, here we go. Joshin sprinted along the wide branch, a grin stretched wide across his face. He could hear his sister just behind him, jumping from tree branch to tree branch, avoiding the ground entirely, branches rustling as they swayed in the gentle breeze. A crinkling caught the boy's attention, and he glanced in the direction before launching himself into the air, landing on a nearby branch after performing a flawless somersault, grinning as he watched a ball slam into the space he had just been occupying mere moments before. His grin turned into a smirk as the ball ricocheted straight up from the angle it hit the branch. Joshin leapt once again, shooting himself towards the ball. His hands clamped around the cool crystal, and he curled around it, inadvertently performing another somersault. He landed on another tree, with one hand tightly clutching a small protruding branch, feet planted against the trunk, and his other arm hooked around the crystal. He slunk into the shadows, allowing the leaves to form a protective shelter for the boy. Joshin silently watched as the branch that had been struck by the ball shifted and rumbled, a low roar gurgling from deep within the branch. He smirked and bounded away across the other branches, vaulting over the enraged branch as it swung at him, the smirk covering half his face as he avoided the tree and slid down a vine. He released the vine and dropped the last few feet to the ground, rolling as he landed. The boy then sprinted through the dense wood, vaulting over and rolling under fallen branches and low-hanging vines, barely noticing the ferns rustled as he rushed past. A few ferns tangled in his boots, yanked from the soft earth. Joshin panted, air burning as it rushed in and out of his lungs, saliva dripping out of his gaping mouth. Joshin's head whipped upwards as snapping branches caught his attention. He lunged forward, curling into a tight ball before uncurling and launching the ball high into the air. The ball skimmed past leaves, the airflow rustling the leaves and tiny branches. Another boy leapt from the treetops, and the ball slammed into the outstretched fingers of Kel. The ball ricocheted off of the digits and shot deep within the dense trees. Sugar plum! Joshin saw as he twisted around, tracking the ball with his eyes, watching in slight horror as the ball was snatched out of the air by a leafy vine wrapping around the hard sphere. He gaped as the ball was yanked out of sight. He huffed before crouching down. He breathed in and out, slow and steady, before sprinting forward and launching himself back into the sea of trees. He bounded from tree to tree, ricocheting off different branches, the wood bending under his weight before snapping back to its original position whence Joshin had left. Wind whipped past him, rustling his hair and blowing shards of dried dirt into his face, leaving a crisscross of scratches across his cheeks and along his arms. Not that he paid them any heed, they could be dealt with later. He whipped through the twig-like branches, adding deeper and bigger scratches to his collection, a few even beginning to drip blood. The thick substance trickled down his cheeks and forearms, leaving crimson trails in their wake. Joshin then popped through the canopy. Thank you, brain. Canopy of leaves, allowing the dark sun. Joshin then popped through the canopy of leaves, allowing the dark. One last time. Joshin then popped through the canopy of leaves, allowing the dark starlight to kiss his skin. He grinned as he caught sight of the ball sparkling in the open space, the vines still tightly wrapped around it. Joshin vanished under the leaves once more before shooting through the air, aimed to cross paths with the elusive vine. He grabbed the ball and yanked it from the plant's grasp, which hissed and retreated with a snap of its leaves. Joshin's grin grew even wider as he landed on a high branch, the leaves creating the perfect cover as he crouched into their cool embrace, though the grin faltered as his vision blurred. trees and vines becoming a hazy mess of color. Joshin glanced down, groaning as he spied a splotch of blue on his arms. Oops, was the last thought he had before his vision faded to black. Thank you for listening. Yeah, also when I read another piece with Joshin and Kel in it, don't be alarmed if there are different species, because this particular project went through like 12 different iterations. So, yeah, which means there's a lot of notes and whatnot about it, which I'm excited to share in the future. So, yeah, take care, everyone. Bye.